What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nicholas and welcome back to Nick's Dynasty. I was on Caleb Hammer's financial audit in 2022 and it's 2024 now, and we're doing a follow-up, and it's now on his new follow-up channel. I haven't watched the video yet, but I see it's up, so let's do a reaction to this video of this follow-up. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be an interesting video, so don't forget to hit that button, the like button, subscribe for more. So let's see how this financial audit with Caleb Hammer follow-up goes. All right, folks, let's watch this bad boy.
All right, Nick, welcome back. You were filmed quite a while ago. At this point, you were uploaded on October 17th, 2022. And an interesting part of you is you were also on like the CNBC's Millennial Money as well. So that was really cool. And then, of course, you're from my home state of Michigan, which I love. Now, to everyone in the audience, I know I'm in like a weird black box.
I lived in Michigan at the time. I still work in Michigan, but I'm from Ohio. I'm a Buckeye, but I'm new to the Michigan state. So I flew out to Austin to see him. Since I'm a flight attendant, I'm able to hop around. I'm like, yeah, let's try this financial audit out.
Welcome back, Nick. So, yeah, I know you were trying to get a food truck up and running. You were working, you were on flights all the time for your job. You were doing a lot. So I just want to know, what's going on these days?
Yeah, I'm basically doing the same thing, but my schedule of flying is a little bit more consistent. I'm able to fly Monday through Wednesday, sometimes a Thursday. So I have the weekends off to actually run the food truck. Before I was doing the food truck Thursdays and Fridays, but now I know you said food truck closed on a weekend. What? But now we're open on the weekends. So revenue has increased being open on the weekends, but I'm still splitting my time between flying and the food truck. But no complaints here. It's a lot of work, but it's the journey that I've set myself on.
Sure. Now, I know you took out
It is a crazy journey. Yeah, basically right now I'm open Friday through Sunday, so I don't really have a day off. I get back home in Ohio on Wednesday, and Thursday I start prepping for Friday's service. Woo! It is crazy.
$43,000 at basically 6% for this truck. How is the food truck business doing now? Because it wasn't generating income much before.
Yeah, so when we talked, the truck was actually closed and I wasn't making a single dollar because I was trying to get open. So I was open all 2023. We did do a net operating loss, but right now we have a 5-star Google review, which is great. That's not like money in the bank, but people enjoy the food. They talk about the food. Right now, we're kind of up 30% per day sales than we were last year. So since we're moved to the weekends, our daily sales have increased. What was I going to say? I'm still like hovering around part-time. This year's been a little bit weird because I've noticed like the winter has been a little bit slower. So I kind of closed most of the winter and I was flying and skiing a bit, but revenue is definitely increasing. And
I know the skiing part, I said I was going to ski less on the last video, and he was like, yeah, you should definitely travel less. But I skied less this year, but I'm still skiing. But I flew a little bit more to bring in some more revenue.
And the reviews are good, but we have a long way to go to be where I want it to be.
What are you seeing right now as like an average weekly net?
So I didn't look at it as at a weekly basis. I look at it monthly. This May has only been the first full month that we've done, and we're probably grossing around 2,100 this month, and that's from let's say 9 days of operation. So that's per day it's looking at like a little bit over 250. I have to do the math, but this month is doing better than any other month we've done so far.
That's good. I mean, the part that sucks is the car loan, or the at least at the time, the truck loan.
Yeah, the average of 250 per day. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but May was definitely our best month that we've had so far as a business, and our revenue was somewhere 2000 something right here, and divide that by 9 or a day's operation. We might have done 10 days operation, so per day is looking like this.
Food truck loan was at $704 a month, so that eats into it gigantically. And what would you say your monthly expenses on top of that are?
Yeah, this is the big it's the big thing. I I'm paying 500 for a parking spot. That's the biggest expense, and then we have food, which is a variable cost. But altogether, it's around like 700 and something dollars before 700, like $68 before the loan. So we can probably bring that in, and maybe 2 Saturdays and Sunday we can bring that in, and then the rest of the days we're going in for the rent. The rest of the days we're doing for food, but it's not operation. It's almost operationally break even, and I need to increase the days of being open for it to bring a profit.
Okay.
Yeah, for a while, I didn't think after filming, like, did I go into the numbers properly? Did I really say how things are going properly? But looking at like one weekend, we probably can bring in like 500, $600, which can cover the rent. And then all the other days goes for food. And then we try to aggregate everything else to see if we can break even with the food and the loan, which is actually $740.
And one of the big things that we talked about last time was the Parent Plus loan, which was through your mom, of course, at $40,000 or
So it was not.
personal cards and 2 business cards. You didn't hold balances, but there were lots of bulk spending. Then you had a bunch of different separate accounts to have money stored. It was called Debt Action, Holding, Travel, Emergency Fund, Future Investments, Car and House. And then your rent was also really cheap at $400 a month. So what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, at the time we filmed, I literally had no idea how much my mom had left on the loan, but it was like I said 40,000, but it was like 25,000 at the time, and right now it's only at like 8,000. So I literally had just no idea. I just spewed out a number.
Cool. So let's go through some of these again. We have a card that's paid off every single month.
He just said, "Cool." Well, it's less money. That's good. That's good, right? Isn't that more than cool? But it's debt. Cool debt, huh?
That's good. Through here. Yeah, it looks like going to restaurants and only going to restaurants. Okay. It's your World of Hyatt.
They have a lot of cards.
Spent $903 on this one. Travel stuff, Ubering. Yeah, this is pretty much all travel. Some tennis, a little bit of Walmart, Publix, and Family Dollar, but movie pass as well. But then most of it is travel.
Yeah, I had a 30th birthday party that I had with a bunch of friends. So we all went to Atlanta, and I put a lot of stuff on my card, but I did get some Venmo back for some of the expenses.
Chase Sapphire, again, it is just a lot of.
It's not all my spending. Venmo, Cash App back. Come on, it's not all my spending, man.
Basically eating out. It's like $1,000, and this is more travel stuff as well. Then the Ink card, only $144 of purchases. QuickBooks, some other business expenses. Okay, sure.
Lots of silence. Where's the feedback? Come on, man. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff to go through, so it's a lot to see. I probably sent him maybe like 12 plus papers, 9 credit cards, some investment stuff, but it's a lot to go through with a lot of lines on some of them.
Economic and Community Development Institute.
Yeah, that's the small business loan. And actually, the interest rate has gone down. I didn't realize that was a thing. I guess the more I paid off, but now it's at like 4.6 something percent, which is lower than originally started.
Okay. Yeah, $740. The payments. What is the total at now? Because I mean, it was 43,000.
Yeah,
I feel like this is chopped up a bit because I feel like when I said that the interest rate went down, that he was like, "Oh, that's good," but went to, okay, that's the payment, and we're still talking about it. We'll see.
I think it's at 25,000 right now.
Very good. Checking account, 1,400, DoorDash, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for the business, that's the business account. Yeah.
Gotcha. And there are some business expenses in there as well.
Yeah.
And that DoorDash income, they're paying us because we're on the DoorDash platform, and we got paid a few times that month. So when it says DoorDash on that business account, we are getting paid because people are buying our food.
Okay. That action, we're back in that action, which last time had 1,908. This time has 2,360. Sorry, 2,896 at the ending of this statement. Let's see. This is, it's his money back and forth, right?
Yeah.
The savings account, which last time, did you call it holding last time? Oh, it is. It's called holding still. Okay. It was at $40 last time. Now it's 1,229. Okay. And then the Just Go account, that must have been travel.
Yeah. I had some in there for my birthday trip, and there might have been a few dollars in there left, but I'm not focusing on that account anymore. Yeah.
There's also nothing left in the investing account. Nothing. The passive account has 145.
Yeah, that's like a account that I'm trying to put all my passive income in to see how much interest it gains over time. It's just a fun little account of numbers that I'm putting together.
Okay.
I wanted to start this a while ago, but I wanted to do my dividends, maybe a little bit of my stock option stuff put in there, and see how much my passive income grows in interest, just for fun. So I just started that.
$63,000 in this retirement savings account. That's great. Happy to see that. I'm sure it's been doing quite well since last time we talked.
Yeah. The net worth statement altogether is looking pretty good. I can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely.
I should have said the number. I wonder what his reaction would be, but looking at my net worth personally, it's around 90 or 80. It's around $90,000 if we look at the loans from the trailer, and then if we have a value of the reselling the trailer, it's looking like it's over $100,000. And of course, the market's fluctuating, but it's almost solidly over $100,000 if we include the value of the trailer if we resell it. So I didn't say that number out loud. I just said it looks pretty good. But he only talks about my retirement account, but everything else together, pretty solid.
Also, S&P 500 through here. Oh gosh, it's going to show me every single little thing. Of course it is.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All that. Okay, cool. And then what is this? Let's see. $3,000.
That Robinhood?
No, it doesn't look like Robinhood. It's unlabeled. We do have Robinhood here. Really not much.
I just learned how to do covered calls. So all this year I've been selling covered calls and bringing in some extra cash that way.
Okay.
It's been a 15% yield on cash so far. So I can't, for now, but no complaints on that aspect right now.
You work with a lot of people who love to dabble in all that. I don't think I saw anyone successful in the end, but that's okay.
I've been watching, what's his name? Average Joe Investor on YouTube, who's all about cash flow. And the cover call strategy seems to be the quote unquote safest bet for options.
Okay. Yeah.
Cover call videos coming soon. I've been doing all right. The last couple of months have been shaky, not necessarily losing money, but not having that big cash yield. But cash is coming in every month with that cover call stuff so far. And cash secured puts.
Everything else is, this is all chill stuff. Cool. So just in general, what is the plan from here? What are we trying to do? Because obviously I'm glad that, the investing has gone up. The debts have gone down substantially. Obviously, there's a lot of bullshit spending. I'd rather pay off the debts quicker because your business that's not even breaking even, I'd rather have all debt paid off so that it can get closer to breaking even if revenue doesn't go up. But instead, we're spending it all on trips and vacations and going out to eat and all this bullshit. Doesn't really make sense to me in that context. But again, we have made substantial progress on debt. So I'd love to hear from your perspective. What's the plan?
So the plan is still the same. I will say a lot of the food spending and the travel spending, I am now trying to do it as like a business wise, as far as like I do food reviews, travel vlogs, and also hotel reviews. So some of it's going on the business card, and the hotel reviews have been doing pretty well. So some of the money is coming back via AdSense. But the main objective is to keep the flying at the level of income that I want, focus more time on the business, marketing, hiring employees to be able.
Yeah, so I was trying to say, yeah, my YouTube is bringing some money back as far as if I spent money on food or a hotel, I'm getting AdSense because of this channel, and the channel is growing, and I'm getting a paycheck every month now. But definitely spend a lot, but I'm trying to get some offset from this channel since I'm already doing the spending anyways, and I have this channel, so I think that is a decent thing to do. But you know, how much good is it doing? But the channel is growing because y'all are here. Hit that like button, subscribe. That keeps the channel growing.
Span our days of operation because I can only do a certain amount myself. I've had employee before. He didn't work out very well, so he's not with the company anymore. But now I'm in the process of hiring.
Bring in employees? It's so weird. It's just as weird as it was last time with this thing. I understand what you're trying to do. I'm just trying to figure out if it even makes sense. What are you bringing in on a typical month from your main job?
I'll say the same thing as I did last time. It depends on the month. Listen, I can't give an average, but I'm gonna focus on trying to bring in at least 55K this year. When we talked, I brought in 60K, but I'm working less and not spending as much time on the main job.
How many hours are you shooting for on a weekly basis? Shooting for?
Unfortunately, I don't have a clear answer for you, but it's the number of
shooting for that you're trying to get. Come on.
All right. Let's say 70 flight hours. That is how we equate to our. But in the beginning, when we talked, I was flying 97 flight hours per month. But now let's say I'll shoot for 70. But I'm making 37% more than I did when we talked, and I'm so I can make basically the same by flying less. So that's good.
So yeah, I think when I first saw him, I was either making $43 per flight hour, but now I'm making $53 per flight hour, or I was making like 39, one of the two. But basically, it has been a 37% increase on my per flight hour. So I can fly less hours and bring in the same amount that I want.
Good. And basically, we're getting another raise in a few more days. So flying, it's like I'm basically trying to fly a trip a week, and a trip I can probably make $1,000. I'm in Amsterdam right now, and I'm gonna bring in like $1,000 for this 3-day trip, and I try to do a 3-day trip each week. So I want to make 55K this year, whatever it is per month. It doesn't really matter. Maybe it'll be more, but I'm not really focusing on the month. It's just the total grossing of income. That's how my brain looks at it.
Justify the employee for me and how much it costs.
Okay.
I don't know if I said this educatedly, but we'll see. But the employee is essential to our growth, but we'll see what I say.
I'm justifying the employee because I don't want to stop flying, and I only can do a certain amount of cooking in the kitchen myself because I'm flying 3 days. I need a day to prep. And then maybe I can cook 3 days, but having the employee could expand or double our service, which will increase our revenue. It won't double our revenue because we're not sure how many people are going to come to these new days. But let's say I'm cooking 2 days, I'm by myself. Those 2 days can cover labor costs, and the other days, if they're not profitable, will be subsidized by the days I'm doing by myself. And we're marketing each month to be able to increase revenue, and each month revenue is increasing till we get to that crux of this pool of income that covers labor plus all the rest of the expenses plus loans. So I'm paying people $13 an hour.
So yeah, having more days of revenue, more days of service brings in more revenue. That those new days will be able to cover the employees. My days will be able to cover employees if need be. And more days, more revenue. If we're being smart with our expenses, that more revenue is going to equate to bringing in profits. So we're going to bring more money, be responsible with our expenses, and continue to marketing, so that will equal profitability, because by myself we can be a little bit profitable and break even, one of the two, both, ideally, but with more days becomes more profits.
Hour plus tips. And when I was training this one guy, he wasn't there the full shift, but the shifts were looking at 24%, 30% labor cost. So those days like that are sustainable. But we know sales are variable.
How many people do you have?
Currently 0, because one guy had a summer commitment before I hired him. Technically, maybe I shouldn't have hired him, but I'm looking for 2 people right now.
See, what kind of sucks, and this is why it's just, since you're not really there that often, I think what makes sense for you is honestly more of like an equity business partner who can be there all the time, which really sucks because I know it's your baby and, it's less percentage, but no one at $13 an hour is going to care about a startup that's just coming off the ground as much as someone with an equity position. It's going to be so hard for someone going in there just above minimum wage and really putting the time and effort into this, building this thing the way you want. But again, I'm not in the restaurant business. I'm not in the food.
And the $13 an hour is the training position, but once they're like show that they can be there by themselves and care about the business, that without me, they will be making $15 an hour plus tips, which is for Columbus, that's fine.
That's less than what someone makes at McDonald's in Austin. So it's just
in Columbus, that's pretty fine, but it's
$13 an hour is $15 an hour in Columbus, Ohio is much better than in Austin, Texas. So some of these food trucks are paying around the same, maybe a little bit more now, but 13 plus tips, 15 plus tips for Columbus, Ohio isn't bad. And obviously I want to retain quality candidates. So once we definitely will raise them up to be able to sustain a better life, because we definitely want to grow and want to take care of our employees, of course.
Not like a good.
If that really was someone's going to care to, like, I don't know. I feel like just when we're just starting something brand new, is someone just above minimum wage really the person that we're just like, okay, go run this thing while I'm flying around?
This guy that I hired just now, he's really passionate about food. He talks food. He sees what I'm trying to do. He has aspirations doing his own thing. And he is a person that I could, that's another story of like his time. That's a person that I found that's really good, but duplicating that, getting a third person like that, it is challenging because, like you said, it is my baby and I want things to, we have a 5-star review now, which is not going to stay forever, but if we can get the 4.9, 4.9, 4.8, finding someone who care about that it is a challenge. But
I'm sure it's great to have someone who's passionate about food. Absolutely. I want someone who's also passionate about your business, and I just don't know if we're going to get that at like what the current offer is.
And I would love to like pay them more if the business could sustain it, but I don't want to like jeopardize in the short term. Well, I guess I couldn't subsidize it, but
sharing of some kind with some kind.
Yeah. With my last employee, we were giving him a bonus based off the growth each month. We had a baseline. Okay, this is our sales per month, and then they would get a certain percentage of the growth each month. But that only happened for 1 month because after he was fully trained, he ended up leaving the company, which is a good thing. But we do have some bonuses in place that I would like to do because my current company gives us all profit sharings, and I see the benefit and the motivation that it does give the folks.
Okay.
We love profit sharing. Profit sharing day is a beautiful thing, and being able to replicate that for my company, I definitely want to do something like that.
So basically what I would do from here, and if I was just over there, I wouldn't be going on those non-work trips, even if it's a birthday, yay, everyone has one every year, I would be paying off that debt, which minimizes my risk. The business is in such a better position without it overhanging it. I'm glad the interest rate has gone down. I'm glad that the balances have gone down. We should celebrate that. We should be happy about that. I think it could be even closer to gone, and I would rather it get gone because I think that's going to put you in a better position and your business in a better position. So that's
What do you think about like? I totally understand that, but I know Graham did like a reaction or whatever, but he was saying something about holding cash in case of emergencies in the business before paying it off faster. A combination of holding more cash and then paying it off faster. Would you think that's a decent plan?
I'm good with that too, because in the end, I mean, if you have to pay off the debt, you can pay it off with the cash, and if you have other things to take care of, you can do that as well. But it's not holding cash on the side. Again, it was spending on birthday trips. So.
Yeah,
30 years old. 30 years old, man.
I know last time we talked, we said we would travel less. Luckily, my travel is a lot split between people because of Venmo or whatever. And with my former partner, we were traveling together, and also the AdSense revenue from YouTube is helping offset it a bit. But I definitely am. I only have one more trip this year, two more trips this year. Okay, I have 2 trips coming up for sure. And then when ski season happens, I'm gonna not ski that much. But I still like on my every dollar budgeting app, I'm like saving and investing like 35% of my income plus. Last month it was like 50%. So I have the assets to outweigh the loss of the business, and each month my net worth is increasing. So I'm not like, I know I should have a light under my fire, which I do because I have big dreams of having like 10 food trucks, a hotel, a tiny house community, but
Yes, I need to spend less money and put more money into the business and hold more cash. But I do have a dream. I want to do what I want to do. But I keep track of my expenses. I have a budget and whatnot. So we we got this.
A lot, yeah.
the food truck right now is it's my main focus, and I guess I need to show that it is, the main focus.
Show it with your actions and the money. So before we get into your final thoughts, it's just a question I like to ask everyone as long as I remember to. But would you recommend people come on Financial Audit?
I would recommend people to come on Financial Audit because Caleb's like, I'm Morgan Freeman, and Nick, can I have a bottle of water? My impression of Morgan Freeman. But any platform that promotes people get open about finances to,
He had a little bit of a chuckle after that because on one of the episodes talking about dating life, that's like his like secret sauce to start things off with. But he had a little bit of chuckle.
tear down the wall and their hubris or whatever it is, and just listen to someone who may know more than you is place where you can grow and to like, oh, I didn't think about that before. I'm thinking about that now. This could propel me to have a better financial future. So any platform that promotes that, I'm all for it.
I love that. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. I either doing 3 things. I should keep my business in Columbus and split my time between Detroit and Columbus. I should fully move to Detroit because that's where I fly out of and move the business there, or move somewhere I actually want to live, which is not necessarily Detroit or Columbus. I think make the best sense to move everything to Detroit, but that's starting the business from scratch. But I am thinking I should grow the business in Columbus where it is so it could pay itself and then have a second location in Detroit. But I think everything in Detroit is probably the smartest thing. That's a lot of words. What do you think?
I don't know much about Columbus, but Detroit did just have its first population increase since it started decreasing.
It was like 1,100 or something like that.
Exactly. But, Detroit, the downtown area in Detroit has been actually, good place for many businesses to thrive. The city still has a lot of issues, but it could be a good place to be up and coming with an up and coming city. And I just can't speak on Columbus. So
Columbus is growing too, but I like, as far as my life, since I fly out of Detroit, it'll be easier to go there. to live there and not spend my time commuting. And the real estate's cheaper for now. Do I dare ask you what year I should try to buy a property in Detroit?
Hear that the business is actually has a couple years making money and you don't have bad debt.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, put your goals and aspirations first. Whatever it is. If it's getting a house, maybe we're focusing on the flight job and less on the business.
Yeah, the house, it don't matter to me for real. I mean, I'm gonna get one, but that's not the main focus.
You just gotta focus on what your goals and aspirations are. Either is fine. Just focus up. People start achieving nothing when they are trying to achieve like a million different things at the same time.
Yeah. So the food business is my main priority. A house not coming for years, that's totally fine. That's my dream, my baby, and I want to build it up to, like I said, 10 trucks more. So that's my baby. So housing, it's whatever. I can have roommates forever. I don't care. Unless I get married, and then my future lady and I will need a place.
Beautiful, sir. Well, thank you again for this. We'll continue to get in touch and we'll be following your story.
Hope to shed light again next time.
Okay, that's the reaction. I think I did all right. So that's the reaction of my... So that's my reaction on the follow-up. I think it went pretty well. I think after the fact, I felt like I didn't really talk too much about it. Maybe the edit helped a little bit, but I think that was mostly everything. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, Nicholas. Peace out, y'all.